Dylan, obviously the Hudson River Derby is no stranger to you. How does this one differ, especially after what happened last year?
Yeah, I mean, last year was awesome and all that. Great playoff run, but this year's a new year, and I think we're in a difficult spot where we kind of have to claw ourselves out of. It's a huge 3 points for us. It's next game up, no matter who the opponent is. Just so happens to be New York rivalry, so it'll just make the game that much bigger, that much important. It'll mean more. But yeah, it's a playoff game for us. I think the playoffs are starting this Saturday for us, so it's a huge game.
Go to Anthony.
Dylan, you've been doing the Hudson River Derby now for a few years. How is this year different, knowing that it's a bit reversed? City's already in the playoffs. How's it different in this year's version?
Yeah, I mean, the game will be the same. It'll be a super intense game. Tactics might get thrown out the window the first 5 minutes, and it just becomes, an absolute war out there. Just winning your individual battles, winning your one-on-one duels. But yeah, it's like I said earlier, it's a huge game for us. Must 3 points. I think it's a playoff game for us. So we're gonna take it one half at a time, and we can't wait for the weekend.
Next, go to Sean on Zoom.
Don Soccer Magazine. I appreciate your time this morning. Being local, having been a fan of soccer, you have the unique perspective of both ends of this game, being a player in one and watching from afar. What would you say the different perspectives, and what are you finding in common just from the way that you're viewing it now that you're in the midst of it?
Just some New York pride. I think playing it or watching it, both sides will have some New York pride. Being from Long Island, New York myself, I take extreme pride in these games. It's bragging rights for the foreseeable future. Last year we had it. I think right now maybe they have it because they beat us earlier in the year and they already clinched the playoffs. So, yeah, huge game on the weekend for bragging rights.
Next, we go to Dan on Zoom.
Hey Dylan, hope you're doing all right. I know you can't control what goes outside of tomorrow's match. Saturday's match with NYCFC, but how much scoreboard watching you might have to do with Chicago since they are above you in the playoff line?
Yeah, I mean, I think none. It's the game's about us. It's whether we need to perform or not. We're solely going to be looking at our performance and seeing if we can take care of business ourselves. I think that's first and foremost. We'll let that play itself out, but we're in a position where we just need to focus on ourselves, one game at a time, and this next game is New York City coming up. So, we won't really care too much about it. Whatever happens. We just need to put out a good performance.
Next, go to James.
Thank you for the time, Dylan. Wins away from home have come at a bit of a rarity this season, but after a comprehensive 2-0 win in Montreal in the lead up to the New York Derby, just what was the vibe from the group in the dressing room after that win? Was it more relief? Was it more excitement? Just how would you categorize the group's mentality at the moment?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think a little bit of both. We've definitely struggled on the road this year, maybe playing a little bit differently than we would at home for whatever reason. But yeah, I think like you said, it's kind of throw all those things out the window. It's a derby game. It's a rivalry game. I think emotions are going to be high, intensity is going to be high. So hopefully, we could lean on guys for their experience and maybe lean on last year's experience there and in these derby games and get the result.
Hi, everyone. We have time for two more questions with Dylan. We'll go to JJ first and finish up with Anthony. JJ, the floor.
Dylan, with Maxi Morales and Nico now gelling and creating more dangerous opportunities in the box with Alonso and Wolf, how important is it going to be to stay defensively compact and structured?
Yeah, those guys have been off to a good start. I think I saw a stat maybe when that Nico plays, they're 7-0-1, so they're getting things going offensively. So, but it'll be same old for us. Remain in our defensive principles. Shift well, defend forward well, and win our aerial duels and 1v1 duels on the ground. I think we should take care of business. So that'll be the message. Same old, nothing new. Stick to our principles, what we know best.
And finish up with Anthony.
Dylan, so NYCFC is one of those teams that really likes to hit on the transition. You've been moving forward a lot, getting into the attack a bit more. Are you a bit apprehensive to do that against a team like NYCFC, knowing what they're capable of against a higher backline?
Yeah, maybe it'll be in the back of my head a little bit, but like I said, the whole message, we're not going to change who we are. It's 3 points this weekend, playoff game. We're going to play our style of football, and hopefully we can come out on top.